everyone. I'm actually filming in the evening today, but it is still going to go up on the 7th, probably. Alright, so we are going to look at some of the relationship advice posts that have been sent to me for my opinion. Oh no, is there a way that I can light this up? It's gonna be fine. I'm also not wearing my glasses, but the only glasses that I have over here are sunglasses, are the only prescription ones, you know. So let's get into it. All right. So I went through the submissions of things to react to, and I specifically picked out a couple that were sent to me by you all. I'll try and remember to say who sent it as I read it out. But I went and looked for ones that were relationship advice posts. So, and also ones that were short. But I picked 3 that I thought would be fun. All right. So, and really I was just going based off of titles and length of the post because I don't have a whole lot of time. All right. So this one is too much phone time. Female 25, male 24. I have been together with my girlfriend for just over 2 months. Congratulations. We only see each other once a week, and I spend no more than 3 days max at her place. I'm always traveling to hers instead of her. She's never been to mine, or she never comes to mine. But when we hang out, she never wants to do anything except chill, watch TikToks, phone her friends, play video games with them, or just text and post things on social media. It really bums me out because she doesn't tell me anything in our texts when we are away from each other, so I really only talk to her when we're in person. But I feel like she doesn't really invest in our only time together. She talks to me, but on her phone at the same time, and then she has a meltdown when I don't kiss her goodnight or give her more attention before going to bed. How do I bring this up to her without hurting her feelings? She gets super sensitive when I try to sit her down to communicate issues, but it's been bothering me for a while because my love language is quality time. Interesting. Okay, so my initial thoughts are, yeah, the love languages, I don't fully believe. I'm not a big believer in the 5 love languages, mostly because I feel like I have all 5. I really enjoy all of those things. But what the love language book did for us is give kind of a language around how we can chat to our significant others or the different people in our lives about these things. And so maybe that's how you approach her, is by like bringing up the love language conversation, be like, hey, I've noticed that these kind of things seem to work for you. So I was thinking that your love language might be physical touch. That's the only thing that you've mentioned that she seemed interested in. But mine's quality time. So like, I want to make sure that we're both feeling loved in this relationship. How can we make sure that we're both getting the most out of our particular love language? The other thing is, do you have anything in common with her? Like, why are you together? If all that she likes to do is play video games, watch stuff on her phone, and you're not into video games and watching stuff on your phone, you're more of a hiker, is this a good match? Do you have things in common? It's what I hate about the Reddit posts. Sometimes you get answers to these questions, sometimes not. But anyway, that was sent to me by Jeannie. I forgot. to mention that at the top. Thanks for sending it in. I wish that I had funnier things to say about it, but honestly, like, the majority of the relationship advice ones that I see, the answer is communication. And he is asking, like, how do I bring this up without hurting her feelings? And, I mean, the real answer is you make it a conversation. You don't make it accusatory. You let her know, like, hey, when I come out here, I want us to be able to do stuff together. Let's make some plans next time I come out here. Don't make it accusatory that she's not meeting your needs or whatever. It's a conversation. You're 2 months into this relationship. Like, you guys don't know each other very well yet, so you have to voice those things in one way or another. And maybe 3 days at a time, and it says 3 days max, but if you're spending 3 days together, maybe she runs out of stuff to talk about. I don't know. All right. So, number 2, this one was sent by Harry. A dude sending a relationship advice. I welcome emails from all types. So I do kind of wonder if the people who are sending them to me are OP, are the people who posted this on their on relationship advice, you know? And you just actually want my advice on your relationship. I kind of doubt it, specifically because this one is male 18, so I guess Harry could be 18. But the problem is, I just don't think that I have teenagers that watch me, other than maybe my niece. Anyway, so this one's titled, Am I an Attention Seeker? My girlfriend, female 19, said that I, male 18, am attention seeking. Is that correct? Well, you are posting on Reddit, which makes me think maybe. Also, you spelled attention seeking wrong. Put S-E-A-K instead of S-E-E-K. Anyway, here's the thing. Before I even read the description, my initial thoughts are, is it bad to seek attention? I mean, especially, I guess it depends on how much you're seeking attention and who you're seeking attention from, but it's okay to want your partner to give you attention. I'll just say that up front. Okay, we have an argument that is occurring time and time again, and it's about even when she's having a problem, I somehow turn it so that she apologizes to me at the end. Oh, that does happen. I hate when that happens. It's like you have a concern, you bring it up, and somehow you're the one that ends up apologizing because you hurt the other person's feelings, that you are upset. I've had some friendships and relationships where that was a recurring theme. Anyway, I know this is an obvious one, but her reasons are really strange. The one reason you've given so far is not strange, but okay. When she's telling me about a problem or something I did wrong, but then she mocks my voice or screams at me. Okay, yeah, no, that's not okay. Or when I'm explaining myself or just talking in general, and then she cuts me off. And so I tell her. Okay. I may have judged too quickly. She sounds kind of like a jerk. I mean, we're only getting one side here, I guess, but... So when she's screaming, I tell her, please stop screaming at me, and so on. And then instead of just saying, I'm sorry I screamed at you, or I'm sorry I mocked you, she then starts arguing with me. Why did you say that? That's not relevant. and then we spiral into a problem, which I mentioned before. But would the problem just not exist if she just apologized? Okay, so you guys are teenagers. So I'm gonna you have to learn how to have these discussions and be able to bring up problems in a relationship without it turning into a fight. Recently in the news, Travis Kelce on his podcast with his brother, they were interviewing George Clooney, and George Clooney mentioned how in the 10-year relationship with his wife, they've never had an argument, they've never fought. And then they turned it around on Travis, was like, hey, your relationship, have you ever had a fight? They've been together for 2.5 years. And he said, no, I don't think so. And the internet went crazy, saying, oh, if you don't have arguments with your partner from time to time, then it means that at least one of you doesn't actually care about the relationship, blah, 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 blah. And that's just not true. It is completely possible to have discussions and disagreements without it turning into full-on fights, you know? I also think that probably some people use the words interchangeably and other people make a distinction where, like, anytime you disagree, you call it a fight, even though it's a very civil conversation. But I don't think you said how long, OP, you've been with your girlfriend, but now's the time to learn some skills, some techniques, and how to communicate when there's something wrong without it turning into a screaming match and who's gonna apologize and all of this. Like, it's the two of you against whatever the problem is, not the two of you against each other. And if you approach the conversations like that, like, how do we resolve this so that we're both getting what we need out of the relationship, and that we can have these discussions in a healthy way, then you're going to be much better off for the rest of this relationship and your future relationships. I do assume that since you're teenagers, this one's not going to last, but I know sometimes they do. I will say that try and find some techniques. Maybe talk to her when you're not in the middle of a disagreement and be like, hey, these are some things that I've been reading online, or good ways to bring up issues in a relationship, and see if that helps. Or like, hey, when you yell at me, or when, yelling happens during a disagreement, it's very upsetting to me, and because of my parents, I don't know, you can have a reason or no reason. So when it gets to that point in an argument, I think that we should probably take a break, take a breather, step away from the situation so we can both calm down and come back to whatever the discussion is. Because, why does she get to screaming and mocking? Is it possible that she doesn't feel like she's heard without those elements? I don't know. I'm not there. But maybe think about what leads up to her feeling the need or the desire to elevate in that way. All right, this last one. Whoa, geez, this one's a little bit longer. Okay. This was sent to me by Diana. There's title. Me, 22 female, caught my boyfriend, male, 29, and lies twice in the same day after 9 months of dating. Lying, not okay. Hey, so We have an open phone policy. I asked him to give me his phone so I can see the weather for the next couple of days. I saw, some adult websites in his search bar. He always told me that he doesn't watch that sort of thing. And he knows I don't support that sort of thing. Okay, you guys are adults. It's not a deal breaker for me. I don't consider it cheating, but I don't support it. Okay. Okay, we're not, that's not what the question is. Since we were with friends, I stayed quiet, but after they left, I asked him if he was watching it, and he said no. I asked to see his search history and saw that he was on that site a day ago at 6 something in the morning. He wakes up for work at 5:30. I asked him to tell me the truth and I won't get mad, and he kept denying for an hour, and at the end he started crying. Okay. Is there a chance that it wasn't him? Like somebody else had his phone? Does he have a roommate? I don't know. I told him I'm very hurt by this because it made me lose trust, and I asked if I can go through his phone, which I never did before. You guys have an open phone policy. That's okay. He let me. I saw his Instagram and TikTok watch history. There's nothing lustful that I saw except a few videos. Those are going to pop up. You don't have any real choice. I guess you can choose whether you sit there and watch it. I don't know how long you have to watch for it to stick in your history, but I think on YouTube it just, all the videos that you watch even a second of stay there. But since I'm getting that on my feed too, I ignored it. Okay, great. I decided to let the situation go and trust. I don't know if this works. My phone just stopped recording and then started a new video, and so I gotta try and stitch these two together, which I think I can do. So, geez, okay. So I decided to trust him, but she put that in quotes, which makes me think that she was not actually trusting him, that he didn't do it. A few hours later, he tells me to send a message to some guy he ordered something from through Messenger, and since he was already in contact with him, I scrolled too far through the chats trying to find him, and I saw a chat with a woman. The chat was from before we met, but the thing is that 4 months ago, I saw her as a friend suggestion, and I asked who she was. Since he was following her, he told me she's a friend of his guy friend, and knowing that he told me that his friend was trying to set him up with some girls, I asked if he was ever texting with her, and he told me that he wasn't, and that she just sent him a friend request. He accepted it since they had a mutual. Turns out he was texting her, and that was a second lie in a day, and I feel like it's hard for me to trust him now. Honey. So, early in your relationship, he lied to you about some girl that he used to potentially be flirting with, or at least was talking to. I mean, did you look at the conversation? There's a good chance that it's not that big of a deal. There's a very good chance that, maybe it was just a hi, and that was it. But also, maybe he was just protecting your feelings, especially if it didn't go anywhere and they had one conversation on chat. May have forgotten, or it just wasn't important. It's weird to me that he felt the need to so, adamantly lie about the adult videos. But honestly, come on. What is going on? You're 22, he's 29. Maybe he should date somebody a little bit more in his age bracket. You guys are both adults, so it's not that big of a deal, except it sounds like maybe it is that big of a deal, because this doesn't sound like a very mature relationship for a 29-year-old. This sounds like a 22-year-old relationship. And he needs to grow up. You also need to grow up a little bit, but oh goodness. All right. I don't have any advice here other than like I wouldn't want to be in this relationship. As somebody who is closer to 30, I would not want to be in this relationship. Sounds exhausting, honestly. But if these lies are significant enough for you that you felt the need to go to Reddit about them, maybe that's all the information you need. I don't know. All right. Send me any posts that you want me to react to, especially if they are funnier than those ones, because those, well, we ended on kind of a downer. That girl's a little reactive, I'll say. Hey, send me anything that you want me to react to, whether it is asking for relationship advice for yourself, or a post that you saw online, or, you know, just let me know what you think about things. It doesn't have to be relationship advice. I dyed my hair. I don't know if you can really see the skin is still dyed. Like, this was yesterday, so I need to scrub it, but it's getting under my fingernails. Anyway, and then Tuesday, we're gonna try and do a live stream here. I forget what time I said. 6 o'clock? I'm gonna schedule it right now so that we can get it on the books. And I honestly don't know what we'll talk about during that live stream. Probably fun things. I don't know. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. I didn't open my advent calendar yet today, so that's why I'm not drinking tea. Oh yeah, and the Packers won. Go Pack, go!